Hey guys, it's M4J here and welcome back to the M4J Journeyman here on Football Manager 2018, and I have got a big match for you today. It's Cup Final. We are playing Newington in the Northern Irish Steel and Sons Cup Final, and look at that. If you look at the ticket here, you can watch a Cup Final for a £5. That is an absolute bargain. But yeah, we're in the final. I'm really looking forward to this. I'll show you the schedule to see how well we've been playing. So last time out, I think it was here, the 1-1 draw against Dundela. Since then, we lost to Dungannon in the Bet McLean Cup third round. We then got through against is it Malachians in the Steel and Sons Cup quarter final. We then won 3-0 against Grove United in the Intermediate Cup first round. The semi-final, we beat Dundela, so we got revenge for the 1-1 draw. We did then lose to Glenarvan Reserves 3-1 in the Intermediate Cup second round. That was a real bad game for us, I would say. We had a man sent off, Anderson was sent off, Plant was forced off injured. We ended up with one centre-back playing with the two full-backs, and it just didn't work out for us. We have responded to that, though, with a 5-4 win against Moyola. We did then lose 2-1 to Donegal, and then we lost 5-4 against PSNI in the Irish Cup fourth round. That was a sucker punch as well, because it was 4-4, as you can see, and then the 95th minute they scored a winner. That was a real sucker punch, because we did so well to get back into the game. Every time they took the lead, we pretty much equalised, and it just all went a little bit wrong at the end. We then won 2-1 against Sport and Leisure and then 3-0 against Dollingstown. So we're going into this game pretty confident that we can pull off an upset. Pretty confident. Fingers firmly crossed, that's for sure. In terms of the squad, well, I'll show you the squad. It's a lot smaller than it was last episode, as you can see. We got some players that have been promoted from the youth team, and I'm trying to find a good example. I think Devlin is one of those. 19 years old. Also, Mick and Ernie. Sounds like I'm saying Mick and Ernie, but there you go. Lewis Houston, Reese Kane, and Arbuthnot, Jordan Arbuthnot. They've all been promoted from the... I mean, I say youth team. They're not really the youth team. They're the reserve team. I've also just noticed I'm going to make these guys actual fullbacks rather than wingbacks. I should probably resave this tactic, actually. As 4. I mean, that was 4, wasn't it? Yeah, good. We're set to overload. We got some good instructions here about how to play. I think I'm going to go with this lineup. I might swap Plant for McIlmail. The reason I'm playing Plant still is because there's a bid coming for him, and I would really like to keep him. So I think we're gonna do that. Start him, that is. Going to swap Andrade for Black, and I think everyone else I'm pretty happy with. The only other change I would make is bring Taylor in, but he's injured. He's out for 5 days still. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Let's play. Let's win us a cup. Now, this is the first episode I've recorded in this series since the Great YouTube Purge. And if you don't know what that is, on the 20th of February, all YouTube channels that were previously monetized with less than 1,000 subscribers had all of their content demonetized. So I am no longer part of the YouTube... Well, technically I am still part of the YouTube Partner Program, but I am not profiting from it. I get no ad revenue or anything whatsoever. The solution to that is to get 1,000 subscribers, but I do need your guys' help with that. So if you're watching this series, and if you're a big fan of Football Manager content, I have one other series currently active, which is my Steamish career. I'm also starting the Hatfield save very, very soon. I think within the next week or so, that should become available. The new database, so I'll be able to start that series. But yeah, if you're a big fan of Football Manager content and football content in general, give the channel a subscribe if you haven't done so already, and tell anyone you know who also likes football about this channel. Let's get to 1,000 subs. Let's get the monetization back, and then I can start producing good quality content again. Not that I've stopped, but you know what I mean. There's a bit of a demoralizing feeling going around. A lot of channels that have a similar size to mine, where literally overnight, the 20th, all my videos were monetized, and then I think it's like 2 AM on the 21st, they all got demonetized. So let's try and change that. In the meantime, let's talk about this match. And just as I say that, they have a really good opportunity to score, and that was a really good save by Marin. So hopefully, playing the two up top, which I have been doing for the last few games. I don't think I did in the last episode, but I think I might have ended the last match that I had on camera with two strikers up front. But I've been playing McGlynn and Mullen up front together, and it's worked quite well. They actually have a good partnership as Gardner smashes us ahead. That was a good finish. The only problem with playing the two up front is I don't have a good striker substitute that I can put on the bench. So I've got Donald on the bench at the moment, but he's mainly a right winger. So I think he's come on as a sub the last two games, and I think he scored 1 or 2 goals in that time as well, between last episode and this one. But he's not my favoured choice, shall we say. I would quite like another out-and-out striker to sit on the bench, so I'll have to see who's available. It's one of the reasons why I looked at the youth team. I think there's a couple more youth players that I could potentially promote. 2 that I have promoted have actually left the club. They've gone elsewhere. Jack Smith was the most recent one, who I don't think I signed him. I think he was already here before me, but he was only 21. And because we're a semi-professional team, they all left on free transfers, which is a bit disappointing. So I'd like to get some money from it if possible. One of the reasons why I've brought us back for this particular match, first of all, it is a cup final. Second of all, I want to talk about the future of our managerial career in this save, because there's a very good chance that we could get into the promotion places this season. Currently, we are second in the league. We might actually be first now, but we're neck and neck with our rivals in terms of goal difference and points and things like that, which is why it always chops and changes as to whether we're first or whether we're second. Very much depends on how many goals we win the match by. But there's a good chance we'll get into the top 6 at least, which was the goal for me all along. I think the board just wanted me to stay out the bottom 6, so I've definitely reached their target. But I'm starting to get itchy feet. You know, I'm sort of sitting here now and thinking, we were at Llandudno for such a short amount of time that's kind of set the benchmark. We've been at Queen's University for about 3 times as long as we were at Llandudno, in that we've been here for a season and a half now. And like I say, I'm getting itchy feet. I'm starting to think about, should we be moving on soon? My goal really is to spend 2 or 3 seasons at a club and then see what offers come in. If I'm having a really good time with the club, then obviously I'd want to stay with them a bit longer if I can. But with Queen's University, I really like the team. I think we've got a very good squad here as we win a penalty. Hang on, let me just watch the penalty, and then I'll carry on talking about my my monologue. So it's Mullen who's going to take the pen. I think it used to be McGlynn that was on penalties. Yeah, he sticks it away. 2-0. Nice. 2-0 up inside 15 minutes. Very nice. So yeah, 2 or 3 years was the target. If I'm really enjoying myself, then I'd want to stay. I really like this team. Mullen was a really good find. McGlynn, the fact that I turned him from a non-goal scorer into one of the record-breaking scorers in the league. I think he scored 5 goals in a game for us before, which set the record. And also finding players like Rogers, trying to think of some other ones, Plant, I suppose, Whiteside. They're all players that I've brought in that have done really, really well. So in terms of comparing this team to Llandudno, I much prefer this team. However, I'm getting more and more frustrated with the fact that we can't sign many players, and the players that we can sign are always of a lesser quality than the players that we've got available to us now, as Mullen sticks it away for 3-0. Obviously, I don't want to get rid of Mullen and then bring someone in who's half as good as him. That's not how a team develops and grows. So the things like every player that leaves the club, we don't get any money from them whatsoever. We might save a bit of money in terms of wages, but we're paying them 25 quid for an appearance fee, and that's it. They don't have wages. So promoting youth players just to see them leave, signing players just to then have them be offered a contract from a different club 2 weeks later. It's really frustrating. And I keep looking at Llandudno, and I keep looking at their players like Chamberlain and Clifton and Parsons, and just knowing that I can't sign any of them because they don't want to move to this league or even this country is really depressing. So I'm tempted now to start looking at perhaps journeying to mainland Europe and seeing what jobs they've got available. That's not me saying I'm going to resign from Queen's University. Chances are I'm going to see through this season at least. If they get promoted, then I might start next season as well, just to see like if we hit the ground running and maybe if we can sign some better quality players. We are in the 3rd division of Northern Ireland, which doesn't do us any favours. That is very, very low in terms of European ranking. So I totally understand why some players aren't interested in joining us. It's just I'm a manager who likes to make transfers and build squads and develop youth players, and these are all things that I can't really do in this league with this team. But I might still be able to do it with this team in a higher up league. So I'm more than happy to give it a chance at the very least. But you see what I mean, we're 3-0 up inside half an hour. This is such a good team that has been put together. I can only take half the credit really, because some of these players were already here. You know, players like McGlynn, such a good player. I can't believe he hadn't scored a goal for Queens before we arrived. And yet now I think he scored like 20 goals for us this season. I think he scored like 27 or something for us last season. I'll have to check that at the end of this match. But they're definitely players that I would want to take forward if we do move club, or at least see if we can take them forward, whether their quality would be good enough for whatever team I end up managing next. I'd like to work for a team that allows me a transfer budget and a wage budget and things like that, so I can do what feels to me like proper transfers. Obviously free transfers are proper transfers, but you sign them on an amateur contract or a part-time contract and it's not quite the same. Oh, that's a poor goal to concede. Hillen, yeah, he seems to be their danger man. Might have to keep an eye on him. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. Tactics. Opposition. So we're going to close you down always. We're going to tackle you hard and we're going to show you onto your weaker foot. Because you seem to be the danger. You were the one that was played through very, very early on, and you're also the one that's now scored the goal. So yeah, I'll be interested in feedback from you guys. I'm at a bit of a dilemma at the moment because I record these episodes so far in advance that chances are by the time feedback starts coming in, the decision might have already been made. Truth be told, I'm really enjoying playing the game. That's why I'm so far ahead in terms of episodes recorded, which is one of the reasons why, and I've mentioned this in some of my other series, I'm tempted to change my upload schedule so I'm uploading these videos more than once a week, and then that way I won't be too far ahead. I think that's probably going to be the best option. So before I recorded this episode, I went through and rendered every single recording that I already had for this series, and I think there's like 7 or 8 episodes that you guys haven't seen yet that I've got sitting on my hard drive waiting to be uploaded. So we're probably going to have to get them up in the very near future. Right, 3-1 half time. Really happy with that. We've actually got players that aren't playing very well either. Whiteside, Anderson and Wardlow. Maybe it's because they haven't seen much of the ball. Nixon on a 6.5 as well, and Black on a 6.5. And McGlynn, who is by far our best player, is only on a 6.6. It's Mullen that seems to be stealing the spotlight at the moment. But yeah, I'll say it again, guys. If you're interested in this series, drop a subscribe if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up as well, because that helps get more people to notice it on YouTube. It's the way the algorithm works. No one knows fully how it works, but that seems to be one of the factors. So there you go. And drop some comments down below as well, and give me some ideas. What country would you like to see me manage in? Even if you missed the new job this time around, I'll always read it for next time. What teams would you like to see me manage? If there's a specific team, then I might try and go for them if an opening becomes available. What league, all that kind of thing. What players would you like to see me sign? I'm always open to new ideas, so feel free to drop some comments down below with any future ideas that you might have for the future of this series. That was a good chance for McGlynn there. He had the Matt Godden spin turn. It just didn't quite work out for him. We got an opportunity to get the ball back in the box. Gardner swings it in, headed out. Rogers chasing it down. He's going to leave it to Wardlow, who's going to pass it to him. Into Plant, and end of highlight. Alright, Hackett with the ball forward. Headed out by Whiteside. He had time to bring that down, actually. I think that was Gardner who just went and hid behind the defender. Whiteside again, he had time to bring it down. He has found Gardner, who's picked out McGlynn. That's a good cross. Headed away from Mullen. Back to McGlynn. Crossed it back post. Black pulls it back to Mullen. Hat trick. Well, McGlynn was our best player by far, but there seems to be a new kid on the block. This is why I had to play them together. Can you imagine if I had managed to sign Clifton or Parsons? One of these guys would probably have been out of the team by now. That's really unselfish play there from Black. Personally, I would have shot from that sort of angle. I don't know whether he's left or right footed though. I suppose that could be a factor if he's on his weaker foot. Yes, he's a left winger, but there are a lot of right footed left wingers. So that could be a factor. Who knows? I should probably check these things actually. It'd be good to know exactly what foot my players prefer using and things like that, wouldn't it? But yeah, we're dominating this game. I'm really happy with the performance. It just feels like a normal league match. It doesn't feel like a cup final. I think... Did I win a trophy last season with Queens? I don't think I did. I think it's going to be my first trophy in this series. I should probably have a graphic somewhere with that trophy. See if I can find it on Google. Again, I don't want to tread on Loki's toes because he does that sort of thing. And he does it very well. I don't want to be seen as a rip-off. That was an interesting ball from Mullen. I mean, normally I would say that was a terrible ball, but McGlynn's got the pace to get there, and with these goalkeepers, anything could happen. So, you might as well gamble. Worst comes to worst, the keeper saves it. Best case scenario, we end up scoring again. Oh, that was a poor piece of goalkeeping. See what I mean about goalkeepers in this league? Awful piece of goalkeeping there. That was a nothing ball forward. Plant should have won the header. Nixon's had an absolute nightmare there. And yeah, back of the net. Okay. Tactic. I'm going to change the tactic a little bit. Because Nixon is not playing very well. I am not impressed by him at all. So I'm going to move these here. Anderson's going to move into defence midfield. And McKilmail's going to come on for Nixon. So you're going to play as a defence midfielder set to defend. Rogers is going to play as a central midfielder set to automatic. So he does what he wants essentially. And this should help us see through. And if worse comes to worse, I will move Anderson back into defence. And we'll play 5 at the back. Let's see how this goes. So Whiteside with the long ball forward to Mullen. He tried to head it on. He's got an opportunity to win it back here and does. Finds McGlynn. Back to Mullen. Into Black. He hits it. Saved by the keeper. We are edging possession. I'm looking at shots. I know we're set to overload, but 17 shots, 8 on target. We've had 3 times as many shots as them and twice as many on target. That's pretty good. Only 2 clear-cut chances and yet we've scored 4 goals. I'm not sure how that works. Okay, 1 was a penalty, but that's still 3 goals. I'm not sure how that works at all. Surely a clear-cut chance is one that results in a goal as well as an effort on goal. I don't know. Right, hopefully the match quietens down a little bit now. I'm quite happy if we don't score any more goals, so long as they don't score any more goals. Yeah. Right, Murray. Close him down. Okay. Don't mind him shooting if he's going to do that. I'm fine with that. Rogers with a free kick straight into the wall. Not his best moment. Anderson. Foul. tempted to change the formation again, but I might wait until sort of 75 minutes before I do that. Wardlow, good header to find Black. He's got plenty of space to turn. Picks out Mullen. Again, that looked like a horrible pass, but then Mullen got onto it. The defender just didn't seem interested. That was not the best pass in the world from Anderson, but he is a defender more than a midfielder. That was an awful pass by Wardlow. Anderson to Rogers. Feeds it over the top. That's a good ball to Black. He crosses it into Mullen, who scored his 4th of the game. And the 3-goal advantage is restored. Good finish from Mullen. Good play from Black as well, actually. Very patient in the build-up. Rogers just running that midfield. It's kind of what I was going to say, is that it looked like Rogers was being outplayed in midfield, because suddenly we were seeing less of the ball. That could be also because I changed our system to counter. But he certainly did well with the ball there. Yeah, we're coming up to about the time that I wanted to make this change anyway. So McGlynn, actually McGlynn or Mullen? Mullen. Normally I would leave the best player on, but he's looking tired and I could kind of rest him for the next game, and it might also be he's stinning McGlynn's thunder a little bit, which is why McGlynn's not playing very well. I'm going to bring Andrade on, and you're going to be an advanced playmaker set to attack. Rogers is then going to switch to a Mazzella, I think. Set to support. And we'll see how that goes. This is probably going to see the game out now. We've got a 3-goal advantage. There's no pressure at all on us to score more goals. The only thing we need to focus on is not conceding now. So I think having the defence midfielder helps with that, and also having the extra man in midfield should also help with that. Time's moving very slowly now, and that always worries me. Okay, we've got about 10 minutes to go, and we have a throw-in in their half. It's thrown to Andrade, who picks out Rogers. He goes for goal. Oh, that's a good effort and a great save from their keeper. That's not a good header from McIlnell, but luckily it didn't cost us. O'Neill with the free kick puts it to Hillen, who we are closing down a lot more now. Haven to O'Neill, spreads it to Dunn, into knee block. Hillen, that's disappointing. He's supposed to be closed down. He's supposed to be tightly marked as well, but that didn't seem to be the case. He had acres of space there. See, Haven spread the ball to O'Neill. Good pass across to Dunn, to be fair. Here is where the challenge should have come in, and no one is marking their danger man in the middle. That is very disappointing. That's the one thing. I've noticed it a lot, and I've read some blog posts and stuff about it. It is quite common in the lower leagues that you see matches like 5-3 and in this case 5-4. That's a really poor way to concede as well. Go back to overload. So it is common that you see lots of goals, but I really wish we could keep a clean sheet just once. Like a 3-0 for me. I'm more happy about the 0 than I am the 3. That's just giving the ball away now. Come on, we got 4 and a bit minutes to hold on. Let's not concede any more, and let's win this cup. If it becomes 5-all, we're in trouble. Plant with the safe option there, back to his keeper. Don't go too far with it, Marin. Good pass to Black. Back to Rogers. Feeds it out wide again to Black. He switches it to Whiteside. Good ball, actually. Plays it into Andrade. He goes for goal just over the bar. Unlucky. Right, just over a minute to go. Plus injury time, of which there might be some. but probably not much. 6? Where'd you get 6 minutes from, ref? Oh, they're going to score again, aren't they? McGlynn with the pullback. Rogers with the shot. Straight down the keeper's throat. Oh, 6 minutes. We've had 23 shots, 11 on target. We have totally dominated this game, and yet we've conceded 4 goals from only 6 shots on target. That's not great, is it? That's a poor cross from Rogers. I know we're still set to overload, but a little bit of ball retainment wouldn't go amiss right now. Right, thump clear. McGlynn tries to bring it down, miscontrols it. Still being played around their defence. Ball lumped forward. Wardlow, he had time. He should have brought it down. Now the ball's been played over his head to Haven. Good challenge. Good challenge, Wardlow. Made up for it. Corner kick, which hopefully we can deal with. Ball swung in. McKeel Mail, who is carrying an injury now, has headed it out. Black picks up the loose ball there from the miscontrol. He's got lots of space to run into. Has he got the energy? He's played the long ball forward towards Gardner, who's got there. Gardner on the ball now. He crosses it into the back post. Andrade went for the header, and it's a corner. Came off the defender last. God, that's full time. Oh, I hadn't even looked at the clock then. I was about to say this game's giving me a coronary. We won the cup. Woohoo! Look at that. I'm in there somewhere. There I am. Here. With my Hatfield shirt and tie on. Because I couldn't be bothered to change my appearance just for these series. And breathe. I think that's my first piece of silverware. I'll check. My profile. Okay. History. Hired as Llandudno manager. Sacked as Llandudno manager. Don't know why that's come up again. Hired as Queen's University manager. Northern Irish Steel and Sons Cup winners. Yeah, that seems to be my first piece of silverware. And I got 7th in the Bluefin Sport Premier Intermediate League. Actually, smart thing to do to be to check it this way. Previous winners. Past winners. So we're in 18-19 now. Yeah. This is our first silverware. That's awesome. That is awesome. That's something I can now put on my CV for future jobs. In terms of finances, I don't know if we get any money from that at all. Oh, we got prize money. Yeah, 10,000 for prize money, which has taken us to only 15,000 in the hole, which isn't too bad. And relax. We won some silverware. It was real touch and go. I need to do something with my team to stop them conceding goals. It might just be the fact that we are in the lower leagues, and as we go up, we'll sign better quality players that could hopefully hold on to games a bit more. I think it's also a thing about stamina, because we're all part-timers. You know, stamina and condition isn't great right now. That can change if we turn full-time, but I think we will have to get promoted for that to happen. But that is the end of this episode, guys. So once again, if you're liking the content here, don't forget to give the videos a big thumbs up. Drop some comments down below as well. If you're not liking the videos for whatever reason, hit the dislike button, but also leave some feedback in the comments so I know how to improve, essentially. Besides that, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Don't forget also to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you have already hit the subscribe button and you've been watching for a long time, then thank you guys for your ever continuing support. And until next time, when hopefully we'll be winning more matches, I will see you soon.